Hey everyone, welcome back to the Market Stalkers channel. I'm Market Stalker D, and today I will be explaining some of my Bookmap settings, which was requested by the viewers of my NinjaTrader that I do Monday through Thursdays on Top Step TV. So the first thing is I like to have a pretty high visibility, so I don't like seeing any old prices. And you control that with this button here. So I like to have it as high as possible. The next thing is to adjust the volume dot size. Now, right now, this is sort of London session on ES, even though I don't really trade ES much. I'm mainly a commodity trader, but it moves a little bit more so I can kind of illustrate what I'm looking at. So you will notice that the dots here are pretty small. Now, if you're trading NQ or something, I will actually make these dots pretty large because I don't like to see it spazzing out on me. And therefore, I will kind of compress the volume and the orders coming in to be a little bit bigger and to prevent my eyes bleeding. If you look at my bubbles here, they're actually set to show me the total volume. So if you click on one of these dots and then you right click, there's this thing called the volume dot setting. So that will be the next thing that I set. Normally I think you get volume delta, but I like total volume, which will show me whether buyers or sellers are in control. The next thing that I have on my Bookmap is the cumulative delta. Cumulative delta shows us the aggressive short-term buyers or sellers. So when delta is positive, it means that the shorter-term traders are aggressively long. There are times when price direction and delta are diverging, meaning let's say the price is going down, but delta keeps getting into more positive. It doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it can be an indicator of a reversal pending. Another thing you may want to look out for is if you have, let's say we get an unwinding day. Today, when I'm making this video, is the FOMC day. So let's say we have an unwinding move to the downside and delta keeps going more and more negative. So it is congruent with direction, but it gets so negative that by the end of the day, all of those people who were short, they eventually have to take profits, right? So it's usually the institutions that are driving the offloading of their own inventory. But then all of the shorter term traders, they keep trying to buy the falling knife. And then their stops are effectively adding to the negative delta. So that's how that usually happens. That can be pretty useful because if it falls too far, we get to the end of the day, we're like last sort of half an hour of the regular trading hours, you will see a short squeeze on a lot of those days. But generally, cumulative delta is a useful indicator for certain occasions. If the delta is largely congruent with direction and just mildly positive or mildly negative, that's what you expect, right? Now, when it comes to looking at actual bubbles, there are a couple of things to note. So the bubbles will show you who's in control at the moment. So if the bubble is more green, that means for the time being, buyers are in control, okay? If I'm in a position, let's say I'm not running my intraday swings that last for 7 hours. Obviously, if that's the case, I'm not going to be looking at Bookmap unless I want to, time my entry a little bit better. But if the market is, let's say, long and I'm long with it, but then I start to notice the bubbles getting changed from green to this red area kind of taking up most of the bubble, that can be a sign that the other side is beginning to step in. So they're taking control. For scalps, that would be a good time to exit. Again, not trading advice, it's just how I use it. I'm just sharing my experience with it. The third and final component is the heat map that to me is important. A heat map shows you not only current prices on the dome, but also where those areas were previously. So you can see that previously we had the interest at 69.45. When I see something like that, I actually want to have a thick order block as red as possible across multiple prices in order for me to go, maybe they're just building positions there, and that becomes a little bit more difficult to break. If the price with a lot of orders is only a singular price, like for example here we have 69.38 that says 62 contracts, I don't pay too much attention to that, because those areas are frequently areas where the market makers will use to grab more liquidity. Okay, so singular price points will get run over. Multiple price points with bigger orders are more difficult to break. That's not to say that they will never break, but the bigger that zone and the more orders there are, obviously more power and more energy it's going to take to actually take them out. So that's for like the major components. I do have an additional couple of indicators on here that are all related to absorption and sweeps. Sweeps are self-explanatory. They're basically unwinding quick profit-taking moves usually. And you will see them as, here was one. So let me just try and go back there. So here is one. You get these additional dots. So this means they basically smashed it to the upside. And if I then make my dots smaller, make this a little bit bigger, you will see that there was this huge vertical move that took out like a couple of points there. So that will be like an indicator of some sort of momentum stepping in, or alternatively it could be an exhaustion candle. It's very contextual. So for example, if you have Asia high and Asia low, and we get to Asia low, but then the equities decide to take out the Asia low, then reverse, you will also see typically a sweep downwards and then a quick reversal there. So you can basically see them doing that. And then I also have this absorption indicator. So here's one. It is usually a line somewhere. Okay, I can see it here. So this is what that looks like. So this indicates the exhaustion of buyers. Now, again, just on its own, that doesn't mean anything. But when you compare it to, let's say, a certain level where you expect something to happen, and you see, let's say, buyers getting exhausted, sometimes it can cause you to either bail out of the position or maybe initiate a new one, maybe just like a little scalp, right? Here's one where I do believe we had a GEX2 level around 69.30, but the buyer exhaustion happened right above that particular options level. And then what happened with the very next bubble changed from being very red to green, and then we haven't really looked back since. So at important price points, absorption of the opposite side can mean that you do have some interest appearing and the other party stepping in to cause some trouble. But if you're just going to be looking at the absorption in the middle of nowhere, just staring at Bookmap, that's probably not going to work. I've seen days when we go into a big outlier day and there's like a huge buy candle and the buyers keep getting exhausted, but then the price keeps pushing, and then more absorption, and then more absorption, and then more absorption, and yet it just keeps going. So you have to have a reference point. It's definitely important for context. There's not that much else to say, really. I mean, apart from the dome, everybody's familiar with the dome. Prices with larger orders will show up on the Bookmap, and the larger the order there, the darker and redder the heat map will become. To me, this is just a small piece of the puzzle, mainly used for timing purposes when I'm either entering or exiting my trades. If I'm running like a trade that's going to last for 4 hours, I'm not going to be sitting here and losing my eyes staring at Bookmap tick for tick. But if it's a range day, for example, I do use Bookmap a lot more because you can see where the orders are stacked and you can actually define the range pretty well. But for momentum moves, trending moves, intraday swing points, I only use it for entries and exits. If you have any questions, please pop them down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. In the meantime, let's try to be less grasshopper and more market stalker with every passing day. Goodbye.